Hi, this is Roxana for Avid Diva, and today's day 86 of the 100-day challenge. And yes, I know I've been missing in action for about 4 or 5 days. I live in the Orlando area, and as you all know, we've had a very rough weekend. I had a date night on Friday night, so I got home about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I found out 1 o'clock in the morning of Saturday. And that's when we found out that Christina Grimmie had been shot. At the time that I found out about it, there were reports shot dead. Nobody knew for sure. And all I kept thinking was about her mom because I had never seen and I didn't know who she was. And as soon as I found out who it was, the first thing I did was watch the clip of the audition for The Voice. And I saw her mom's reaction, her family's reaction, really. And I read about her mom, and I was so sad for her. And sure enough, about an hour later, they confirmed that she was not gonna make it. Um, I was pretty sure she was not gonna make it because there had been a witness that said that he saw the girl on the floor with blood coming out of her head. And I said, if he shot her in the head, there's just no way. And I was mad about that, of course. And then the next day, I go to sleep and I wake up to find out this whole pulse thing. And now there's 49 other people that are dead too. And I remember September 12th, 2001. The day after, well, we all know the day after what. And I remember feeling so helpless and so, ugh. And it took me a very long time to get over that feeling of, why the hell even bother, you know? And this time it's in my home state. Both places are within half an hour of my house. Not only that, but I have friends, I have family members who lost people that they know in this one. The last one, I didn't know anybody until after the fact. Like 10 years later, I met two people that lost family members on 9/11. But this particular time, my Facebook feed has been full of friends and family members and family members reporting on friends of friends that are looking for family members, and it's just been horrible to watch, and more important, horrible to watch my friends go through this. It's just ugh. Not counting the fact that you sit there and you said to yourself, these people were young. The girl that was killed first on Friday was 22, Christina, and then the average person that got shot in Pulse was like 25 years old. There was an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old. The oldest person was a 50-year-old man, and I'm going to be 50 in 5 months. And it's just devastating. And, you can say, well, he was an extremist or whatever. I don't give a damn what he was. He hated gay people. And more importantly, and this is something that is escaping everybody for some reason that I don't understand, he hated Hispanic people because he actually picked the date. He was stalking them and he was figuring out what day to attack. And he decided to attack on Latin night. And if you look at the casualties, most of them, I would say 80-90% of them are Hispanic. The largest amount of people happen to be Puerto Rican, which is what I am. So it is absolutely devastating. And then, of course, you get the politicians that write this for their 5 minutes of fame or whatever. But then you get this one politician, and I just woke up to see this, and that's why I'm making the video. There's a guy, a congressman from Connecticut, that said he was not going to participate in the moment of silence for the Orlando victims. And of course, when you read that, you're like, what? And then I found out why. And God, I wish I could help this guy out. He's like, I am so sick and tired of all these moments of silence, and then we do absolutely nothing. And he's right. He's absolutely right. And this particular thing has nothing to do with just gun violence. It's pretty much every time there's a tragedy of any sort, or there's any circumstance that requires these people to do something, they do nothing because they got funded by all these big companies that run the government. We don't run the government. We don't even elect the president, which is kind of baloney. You know, the way the elections are ran in this country, some states didn't even elect the person that's going to run for office. And this is true on both parties. You had primaries where Bernie Sanders won and Clinton got that state. Or on the other side, I do remember Trump complaining once that he had won the vote, but Ted Cruz had won the state, something like that. And of course, he complained the entire way up there, but then now that he's got the nomination, he says, but now I don't care because I got the nomination. And this is true for every important thing in this country. Election reform, gun reform, everything. They wah, and then they do absolutely nothing. As far as the gay communities, the LGBT community is concerned, the part that bothers me the most is that about 2 weeks ago, everybody was talking about men and women in little girls' bathrooms. And if you've been reading or watching me, you know that I have always said, why is a 7-year-old going to a bathroom alone? I mean, that makes no sense to me. Um, so I don't, and to be honest with you, I don't pay attention to who's in the stall next to me. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. I don't care. So long as you're in your stall closed, that's all I care about. Mind you, if I saw somebody abusing somebody, I would definitely do something. But that's not the case. I've never seen that happen. I know it happens, but I've never seen it. Um, then the Stanford rape situation happened, and everybody stopped talking about boys in the bathroom and started talking about the Stanford rapists. And now, all of a sudden, everybody loves gays. That's one thing. The second thing is, oh, pray for Orlando. And I don't mind the prayers. That makes a lot of people feel better, including some of the family members and some of the victims. Last night I was listening to one of the victims. I mean, he was in the club, and luckily nothing happened to him, but he was one of the hostages. And he was saying, I was talking to my mom on the phone, and I started texting her because I was running out of battery, and I kept telling, just pray with me. So it's not that we don't like prayers. It's just that the people that are praying are the same people that have caused all this to begin with. That hate that people have against gay people, that has come out of religious fanaticism. And I'm sorry. Stop being a hypocrite and start helping. Yesterday they asked Governor Scott what do we need, and he said prayer. No, we didn't need prayer. We needed blood. Don't polarize people even more. Don't kind of try to hide the fact that this was an attack on a gay club. Don't hide the fact that it was on a gay club on Latin night. You know, be honest about what happened. Be honest about how mad you are, and be honest about the fact that these people did not deserve to die. And just like the congressman, and I wish I knew what his name is, just like the congressman, and I believe he's from Connecticut, said, do something and stop the moments of silence and then not do anything about it. It's getting old. It really is. We've had too many massacres in the United States and everywhere else for that matter, but other countries seem to do something about it, and we seem to think that because the NRA runs our lives, we should not do anything about it. I don't have a problem if you want to have a gun in your house for protection. I have always believed that everybody can do whatever they want. The problem I have is that somebody that was on a watch list for the FBI twice, had a police report for spousal abuse, had the ability to get a gun without a problem. He was even going to get a bulletproof vest. Lucky for everybody involved, they didn't have the vest when he went to buy it in the particular store. If not, he would have come out with a vest and it would have been more than 49 dead and 53 injured. I can guarantee you that. Because he would have been harder to kill. Um, I also don't see the need for any human being to have a semi-automatic or an automatic weapon in their house. And you know, it's really funny because of course last night the NRA made sure that everybody was that has guns was like putting messages on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna die like a bumbling heap on the floor. And I'm like, well, that's insensitive at this particular point in time to blame the victims, because last time I looked, when you go to a club, they pat you down. You can't use have a gun inside the club. So having a gun was not gonna help anybody in that club because they couldn't have it with them at the time that they got shot. That's one thing. And the second thing is, I think it's really funny that people think that had they had a gun, they would have been able to stop this guy. First of all, he's running on adrenaline, and his gun was going to be a lot faster than yours. And he was aiming at everybody. He had a big target. You would have a much smaller target because you're trying to kill one person. Please, okay? By the time you got him, he probably would have killed 15, 20 people anyway. So let's have a brain. You want to have a gun for protection? Fantastic. If you're a normal human being, you're more than entitled to have a gun for protection. If you are not a normal human being, if you have been tied to, if you have been investigated more than once by the FBI, if you have a history of beating up your spouse, if you have any kind of strike against you for talking trash about how much you hate humans, you should not be allowed to have a gun. And this should be part of this thing. As far as I understand the way the rules stand now, you can even have association with a terrorist organization in the United States and you still be allowed to have a gun. Makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. And I understand that the NRA is going to fight this tooth and nail, but there's got to come a point where we do something too. Same goes for election reform. I understand the political parties are not going to do anything because they don't care about what you think. They just want to go on top. Look at Trump. It's a perfect example. He was for the people, now he's for himself. He's been for himself the entire time. You just didn't see it. So please, 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 if you have any ability to write to your congressman or talk to your political leaders or have any kind of pull, you can start an organization with 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. I don't care what you do. Help your community. This should not happen. And as far as the LGBT community, I hope that this actually makes you stand up. And I know you guys, I don't take me wrong what I'm about to say. I know you guys fight the good fight. My brother, God bless him, was gay. So I know. And before you think I'm saying that he's not gay now, he passed away. Um, I have a lot of friends and family members that are gay. And I know you people fight the good fight. It's time you start fighting to put people in positions where we can actually do something. Whether they're allies or straight up, gay people need to have presence and need to have more than these people do. Because if not, we're never going to get reform and you guys are going to get attacked again. I'm pretty sure you are. And that makes me really angry. So please, talk to your congressman. This is Roxana Forever Diva, and you have a wonderful day.